Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the different approaches to the consensus mechanism. Before starting, I would like to quickly introduce myself. I'm Amrisha Kakoti and I'm working as a software engineer at Kpro Solutions Private Limited. Kpro is a leading provider in data lake, cloud implementations, IoT, blockchain, analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning, and mobile application development. So without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. So the topics we'll be covering in this video are: what is proof of work, what is proof of stake, what is a delegated proof of stake, what is proof of burn, what is proof of activity, and what is proof of capacity. So these are a few approaches to the consensus mechanism. So now let us start with what is proof of work. So proof of work is one of the most widely used consensus mechanism which is used in a well-known blockchain, that is the Bitcoin. So here, in order to mine a block, the nodes require to prove their loyalty towards the network by doing some work. So this work essentially includes huge mathematical calculations, which is nothing but calculating the hash of the block. So in the first video of the series of blockchain, I talked about the block header, which consisted of fields called nonce, which is used by the miners to find the required hash. So this nonce is basically a random number, and these miners keep changing the value of the nonce in order to get the required hash for the block. So this calculated hash should be smaller than the target hash set by the blockchain network. Once a miner succeeds in finding the required hash, it will broadcast the block to the network and ask all the nodes present in the network to validate it and add it to their local copy of blockchain. So this is basically what the proof of work is. Next, let us see what do we mean by proof of stake, or what is this proof of stake consensus mechanism. So proof of stake is an energy saving alternative to proof of work. So here the miners need to prove the amount of currencies they own. It is based on the belief that the people with more currencies are less likely to attack the network. But this mechanism is unfair because the richest dominates the network. Here, so black coin used lowest hash value combined with proof of stake for its consensus mechanism. And again, now Ethereum is planning to move from Ethash, which is a proof of work mechanism, to Casper, which is a proof of stake mechanism. So this is all about what proof of stake is. Next, let us see what is the delegated proof of stake. So the difference between proof of stake and delegated proof of stake is that proof of stake is a direct democratic, while delegated proof of stake is representative democratic. So here the delegates are elected by stakeholders to generate and validate blocks. Here the transactions are confirmed quickly as few nodes are there to validate the blocks. Again, here the parameters of the network such as block size, etc. can be modified by the delegates. But there is no worry of dishonest delegates as they can be easily voted out. And this DPoS, that is the delegated proof of stake, is the backbone of BitShares. So this is all about the delegated proof of stake. Next, let us see what is proof of burn. So proof of burn tries to address the energy consumption issue of proof of work. So it works on the principle of allowing miners to burn virtual currencies and give them the right to write blocks proportional to the coins burned, or proportional to the amount of coins burned. So a miner burns his coins to buy a virtual mining rig that gives him the power to mine blocks. Hence, more the coins burnt, bigger is the virtual rig. So, in order to burn coins, miners send them to a verifiable unspendable address. Here the miners are allowed to burn native currency or the currency of an alternative chain. And in return, they receive rewards in the native currency token of the blockchain. So this is all about the proof of burn consensus mechanism. Next, let us have a look at the proof of activity consensus mechanism. So in proof of activity, the mining process starts as a standard proof of work process with various miners trying to compete using high computation power to mine a new block. But when a new block is mined, the system switches to proof of stake, with the block containing only a header and the miner's reward address. So based on the header, a new random group of validators are selected who are required to validate and sign the new mined block. Here, the chance of becoming a signer increases with the more amount of cryptocurrencies the validator owns because it switches to the proof of stake mechanism. So once the validator signs the new block, it attains the status of a complete block and gets added to the blockchain. So this is basically what the proof of activity consensus mechanism is. Next, let us see what is the proof of capacity consensus mechanism. So proof of capacity allows the nodes on the blockchain the ability to use empty space on their hard drive to mine the available crypto coins. So instead of repeatedly altering the numbers in the block header, that is the random value which is called the nonce, and repeatedly hashing for the hash value, proof of capacity works by storing a list of possible solutions on the mining device's hard drive even before the mining activity starts. So the larger the hard drive, the more possible solution values can be stored on the hard drive, and the more chances a miner has to match the required hash value from its list, resulting in more chance in winning the mining reward. So basically this is what the proof of capacity is. So now let us have a quick recap of the topics that we have covered in this video. So in the beginning we saw what is proof of work, then we moved to proof of stake, then we saw what is the delegated proof of stake, then we saw what is proof of burn, then we talked about what is the proof of activity, and lastly we talked about proof of capacity. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video I'll be talking about what is Ethereum, what is a decentralized application. I'll talk about the evolution of Ethereum, then the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum blockchain. Kindly provide your valuable feedback in the comment section below and let us know of any topic you want us to make a video of or any issue you might be facing in your project. You may write to us at feedback@kpro.co.in. Thank you very much. Let's keep learning.